Our severe weather has gotten longer, everybody, and a little bit stronger as well. Unfortunately, if you've seen me here on Saturday, on Sabbath, it's because we have a tornado threat. Matter of fact, it has upgraded for tomorrow. It has a slight risk as well, and this is going to be for those tornadoes and damaging winds I told you about yesterday. Plus, we have for Monday, the next storm system coming in is bringing a chance for tornadoes over here by the LA area for California, everybody. Now, we will come right back to this in just a moment. I want to go through who is at risk and then go through what we need to watch for. So here's who's at risk for today. You can see thunderstorms in any of this green area. You do have the hail threat. So here's your cities and states at risk for the hail threat for today. You also have the damage and wind threat. Even that 15% is still there, everybody. So here's your cities and states at risk for the damage and winds. Plus our tornado threat, which has at 5% as well. So here's your cities and states at risk for the tornado threat for today. And we still have a great chance for nocturnal tornadoes, everybody. Severe thunderstorms are possible from parts of Texas to lower Mississippi Valley. This most likely time frame is this evening into tonight when a few tornadoes and scattered damaging winds may occur across East Texas to southern Mississippi. So a quick look at the map. You can see as we go through the evening, this is where we get the scattered storms pulling north. This is where you have your best chance to get your tornado threat in those storms as that comes further through the evening, bringing the chances for these supercells in front of it. And as you go later into the tonight, you can see it does travel right across southern Louisiana, going across southern Mississippi, all the way into the early morning hours as his front is coming through with the damaging winds, bringing a threat for these supercells to come in front of it and spin up a quick tornado as you go through the evening and you get the damaging winds. Then for tomorrow, this does travel right across the Florida Panhandle and across northern Florida as you go through for tomorrow evening. This is where you get the thunderstorms building all the way from Mississippi into Alabama. This is when the damaging winds is coming from Louisiana to Mississippi, and you get that group of supercell potential in front of the Florida Panhandle and southern Alabama as you go through Sunday morning and through Sunday evening. You get another group of clusters through the Florida Panhandle that brings a better tornado threat before more of a damage and wind threat kicks in for that as well. Showing chances for damage and winds for today all the way from Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, even Mississippi. A big group over here for 40, 50, even a 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Then as we go through for tomorrow, you see it goes right across northern Florida as it goes offshore, bringing chances for 40 and 50 miles per hour wind gusts and the chances for the tornadoes. Showing your hail threat is going to be stronger for today. For Texas, going across Louisiana, mild and down from Mississippi, Alabama, then maybe come back a little bit more for tomorrow, bringing something towards western Florida. So for tomorrow, you can see thunderstorms in any of these green areas. There is a hail threat, a 5%. So here's your cities and states at risk for hail for tomorrow, overnight tonight into tomorrow. Plus our damage and wind threat and that 15%, which we have gotten for this morning. So here's your cities and states at risk for damage and winds for tomorrow, for Sunday. And the tornado threat, including that 5%. So here's your cities and states at risk for the tornadoes for tomorrow, everybody. Showing even a chance for strong tornadoes. Severe thunderstorms are possible, mainly late Sunday afternoon into early evening across parts of northern Florida and adjacent southern Georgia, accompanied by a risk for damage and wind gusts and a couple of tornadoes, including potential for a strong tornado or two. Then Monday, as the next storm system comes along, you can see thunderstorms all down California. There is a 5% for severe weather. This is going to be for chance for damage and winds and possible tornadoes. So here's your cities in California at risk for a potential tornado for Monday. And you can see here from National Weather Service, strong thunderstorms may impact Southern California coastal areas south of Vandenberg, AFB, into the Los Angeles Basin Monday, accompanied by at least some risk for damage and wind gusts and perhaps a couple of tornadoes. So I will update that again for tomorrow. Even afternoon updates is going to come back. And you see as we get this storm system for today into tomorrow, it goes up through the northeast where we actually get a shortwave trough that interacts with it with some colder air and could bring a quick hitting snowstorm. Anywhere from 1 to 3, 1 to 4 inches. GFS is taking it a banger like GFS does and bringing a major snowstorm just towards a small area in the northeast. Then we have that next storm kicking in for the west as we go through for Monday and beyond. And that's the one that's going to bring that big snowstorm and ice storm for next week. But once again, GFS shows its low pressure strengthens right offshore, taking it stronger and closer towards the coast than any other model, and it is showing that there's chances for snow. Matter of fact, the chances for snow is there. You can see this with the Euro as well as you go through for late Sunday into Monday, bringing that chance for snow for Pennsylvania, going through New Jersey, and some of Long Island. Now, when you go by GFS, you see the same thing, but you see a stronger storm system right off the coast, bringing stronger banding. Now, that's not trending. You can see this. GFS is showing a major snowstorm, 6 inches or more, a big hitter. Euro is showing it a lot less. Matter of fact, the national blend of models is showing what the Euro is showing. It's not going to strengthen real close to the shore. It's going to strengthen when it gets further away, and it's going to be too late to get all its precipitation into the cold air. But that shortwave trough coming through with the cold air will bring this chance for the snow. So let's go through what we can expect for today, everybody. So you see the thunderstorms going all the way towards Kansas, all the way towards Missouri, but down here is where your severity is, from northern Texas going to Oklahoma. But as we go through the afternoon, this is where it really congeals up when you get a big cluster of storms going through northern Texas into Oklahoma, but these cells along the south. This is where you can get strong hail cores as well. This is where you get that tornado threat as it pulls further towards the north. As you get in this linear event of damaging winds coming through all the way from Interstate 20, all the way down to Interstate 36, all the way by 10, this big cluster is what you need to watch for over here by Houston. Chances for a quick spin up as that pulls further towards the north as you go through the evening. Showing once you get around 6 or 7 o'clock, it will turn into that linear event and bring damaging winds, but still showing once you get around 5 or 6, right here it's showing almost 7, that you still have a cluster of some loose cells coming through, some single cells that could be a supercell and strengthen. Now you don't see hail cores in there very strong, but you still could get a quick spin up before that turns into a damaging wind event from Houston going towards Galveston and Beaumont in between 7 and 8 and 9 o'clock. Now you're seeing it go offshore, bringing strong storms offshore, so watch out for water spouts as well. But now you got this big cluster of storms going through Arkansas, western Tennessee. This is just regular thunderstorms. Watch out for the training of these storms. Could bring some flooding. Remember, you are in a slight risk. But over here along the south for tonight, this is where you still have that threat for tornadoes, still showing right along the Louisiana coast. So as this comes through, this is around 10 o'clock at night, bring that banding of hail, damaging winds, and strong thunderstorms. But once you go through a little bit later, you can see it pulls up something over here from Mississippi. So as you go through midnight, while you're getting hail and damaging winds, and some of these hail cores are very strong, like over here by Natchez, showing very large hail. So you got to watch out. This group of storms is going to affect so many towns at one time. At the same time, you got to watch out for these single cells that pull up. So right now it's showing for Mississippi, maybe one for New Orleans later on in the night. Not showing a big threat on that. Showing more likely is going to be this damage and wind event, which is going to be strong enough. So make sure you have everything picked up out of your yard, everybody. But as we go overnight into the early morning hours for tomorrow, this is where it changes. This is where you have just slight risk for Florida. You have all these storms going through Arkansas, northern Mississippi, Tennessee, northern Alabama, northern Georgia. This is just going to be a big cluster of regular thunderstorms. You can see how thick the precipitation is with these storms that is coming for tomorrow as well, all the way across the Carolinas. That's just going to bring regular rainfall towards y'all. The severity is going to be down here in the south, and we need to watch out for this cluster of storms coming through for tomorrow morning over here across southern Alabama, the panhandle of Florida, as it strengthens, and you get another line of storms. So you're getting a line of storms bringing chances for damaging winds right here, while you're getting a chance over here offshore. And this could bring some water spouts, so you need to be aware of that as well. This is where the storms strengthen from the Florida panhandle into southern Georgia, where you could get that quick spin up of a tornado before it turns into damaging winds for y'all as well, while you still have this cluster of storms moving through the Carolinas. This is just going to bring regular thunderstorms, regular rain. The severity with the damaging winds, you can see it's more grouped down here in the south, and we still have that going all evening long for tomorrow, bringing a threat for damaging winds and tornadoes, also for hail, so watch out for water spouts. But look how it goes further down Florida as you go through the evening for Sunday, bringing a threat for the damaging winds, but you cannot rule out a quick spin up coming from a potential water spout coming onshore for Florida. So be aware of that. Then we can't see into Monday real good yet, but this is where we have our threat for LA area, where chances for tornadoes as that storm system starts getting a little bit closer. We got to get a little closer to see that. So thank you for your time, everybody. Happy Saturday to every single one of y'all. Hope y'all do have a great day today. Hope this information has helped you understand what's going on with the severe weather, what has changed, and what really is not a big threat. There's going to be a lot of thunderstorms as well, but it's just going to be that, a lot of thunderstorms. Over here in the south, you can see clearly the difference in these thunderstorms compared to what you have over here for the mid-Mississippi Valley. So if you're in the south, be aware of these strong storms. If you're in California, get ready for Monday. Monday's going to be a strong day as well. Thank you so much for your support, everybody, and thank you for helping me get this information out to others. I really appreciate it. Before I go, a quick word from our Father, everybody. James 5:16 through 18. Confess your faults one to another, and pray one for another, that ye may be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Elias was a man subject to like passions as we are, and he prayed earnestly that it might not rain, and it rained not on the earth by the space of 3 years and 6 months. And he prayed again, and the heaven gave rain, and the earth brought forth her fruit. Amen. I always see people praying in the comments for other people, so thank you so much for being so great towards other people, everybody. Make sure you always pray for others, everybody. There's a lot of people that is in need out there. Above all things, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I always hope he keeps you safe every single day of your life. You and everyone that is around you. And forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Have a great day, everybody. Watch out for these storms.